So I put the word out on Twitter asking what I should draw for my letter W on the uncommon animals of the alphabet kids book that I'm illustrating. And you chose the cute little deer with fangs, a water deer. So I got busy in my sketchbook before putting the picture of my sketch into Procreate to illustrate it for my book. Starting with going into the canvas settings and drawing guide and using the symmetry tool to allow me to draw a perfectly symmetrical face. Then I start with the line work using my HB pencil. It's close to the look of my original sketch that I liked, and it looks good for the water deer's fur. And for the fangs I use willow charcoal to give a nice toothy look, and also the use of old skin texture for the nose. And so what's so uncommon about the water deer anyway? Well, the first and saddest thing is that they are semi-endangered. They don't have antlers. They are fast hopping runners and can swim for miles. And they are quite loud, communicating with a variety of noises, including barks and growls and wails. And of course that other thing, they have fangs or tusks, that extra long canine teeth that they use like battering rams when fighting during mating season. Now all I need is to add some colour. So I asked my Instagram crew, what colour should my water deer be? And 38% of the votes were going with green. This reminds me to get outside and get some nature in my eyes and ponder the meaning of life and art guilt. I'm adding some beautiful green in behind here. I just find a layer in behind my sketching layer, and then I start to do all around the edges, making sure that underneath the HB pencil is filled, and then basically just do the outline of my animal, and then just drop the colour in from a paint bucket and fill the whole layer, and then try and work out all my other bits of shading from there, but just kind of see what it initially looks like after I drop in all of my paint and add some light shades then and some hair colour highlights to kind of make it pop a little bit more. And interesting thing, you know, what I was talking about with art guilt, it doesn't seem that many other people feel that way. I put a post out on Instagram and asked a lot of artists whether they suffer from art guilt and guilty that they should be doing other things rather than creating art. And funnily enough, it turns out that they actually are the complete opposite, and I'm the weird one. They feel guilty when they aren't creating art, and so for me, like I feel guilty when I'm not, I kind of feel guilty both ways. I feel guilty when I'm not creating art, and I feel guilty when I am creating art. I don't know where this childhood trauma comes from. But anyway, I think, you know, that's why I feel that it would be really great to be able to be paid for your art, because then people tend to take it a little bit more seriously rather than it just being a waste of time. And given that I don't have much time at the moment, all of the drawing that I do is after hours, and I'm up in the middle of the night when the kids wake me up and I'm putting them back to bed. That's when I get up and I do about an hour's worth of drawing a night.
And I did another post which was about making art every day. I'll link to the blogs in the description, but my thing is to just start creating art at least every day and commit to like a minimum of 5 minutes. So basically pick up the iPad, pick up a pencil, start creating something, start progressing what I'm doing just a little bit further every single day, because not only does that kind of keep your skills up and keep your hand in that most times all that is actually needed is for you to get started. And if you don't feel like, oh, I'm committed to do an hour or 2 hours every day or something like that, you're just committed to do 5 minutes. It turns out that once you get started and you get past that 5 minute mark, I usually end up doing an hour quite easily, and I actually enjoy it. So the hardest bit is just starting. So just committing to start, not committing to do any amount of work, rather than commit to a time of work, just do a few minutes, as opposed to I want to get this whole sketch done, I want to get this whole drawing done. Because basically the time is never right to create. So if you wait around for that perfect time for the, your art studio to be just right and all of those kinds of things, well, that time might never come, and you're waiting around forever, and meanwhile your skills and technique and everything like that is slipping by the wayside. So I think keeping your hand in it every day also will mean that your skills are fresh, you're always up to date, and you can actually get more done with the time that you've got as well, because you'll be more skilled up, you'll be becoming a better artist because you'll be working on it every day. That is just my ideas at the moment. So now the watered deer is almost complete, and I'll be posting that up on the Instagram soon. And next we'll be working on the Xanthus, I think that's us pronounced it right, I'll have to look it up, hummingbird. So I'll be putting out on Instagram what colour people think the hummingbird should be, and I'll start looking at that one tonight.